everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle and this is Danielle's Books. Thanks for stopping by. This is going to be a 24-hour reading vlog. I have already finished this vlog, so it's 24 hours later. The books I'm going to be reading in this vlog or featuring in this vlog are Heads Will Roll by Josh Winning, Palmetto by Anya Alborn, House of Rot by Danger Slater, and Love Letters to a Serial Killer by Tasha Coriel. I think that's how you say it. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. Check the description box down below because I'll have these books linked down there as well as all of my social media. All of Zach's stuff will be linked down there. And yeah, let's just jump into 24 hours ago when I started this vlog. All right, this is going to be the start of the vlog. I'm just going to assume that I filmed a intro separate from this. It's currently 7:50. It's going to be so hard to see that. Yeah, no, not happening. But just mark my words, it's 7:50. So we're going to be doing this until 7:50 tomorrow. I think that I'm going to do my TBR jar. Like picks my prompts for the next 24 hours, but I may have one exception. So I'm currently in the middle of a book. I'm almost done with it. And so I think what I'm going to do is finish that book up and then I'll pick a prompt, which I'm actually going to do right now just so I can go ahead and jump into the next book right away. I'm currently in the middle of doing a challenge for August that is, 31 short horror books in 31 days. I wanted to do one every single day. I missed a day in these first 10 days. It's currently August 10th that I'm filming this. And a lot of stuff happened this last week. That will be talked about in a separate video. It has to do with Maverick and the dog. So, let me tell you the book I'm currently reading. I'm almost done with House of Rot by Danger Slater. This is a short horror book. I'm currently reading it. I'm like physically reading it and also ebook reading it because when I'm in the playroom, it's a little bit easier to read off of the Kindle. But then like when I'm out and about around the house, I've been reading it on here. I'm 75 pages through and this one is pretty good. We're following a newlywed couple. They're just like, you know, starting out. They don't have like a ton of money. And so they just got their first apartment together. So exciting. But the very first night that they're staying there, they hear footsteps. And so they're like going around the house, seeing if they can figure out like where the footsteps are coming from. They don't, but they like randomly start opening cabinets because whatever. And they find like a little bit of mold. They're like, that's interesting. Let's save that as a problem for tomorrow because it's our first night here. Let's get some sleep so that we can, you know, like be re-energized for the morning and get to all of our unpacking and all that jazz. These are like 30-year-olds, something in their 30s. I don't know why that mattered. It doesn't really. But so the next morning comes around and the mold has like taken over their lives. And as the story progresses, the mold only gets worse. It gets a little bit more gross. They have a weird neighbor who is literally just weird. And yeah, some kind of gross things happen in here, but it's not like scary. This is definitely not extreme horror. This is like general horror. And I'm liking it though. So yeah, I have a little bit left as you can maybe see. I'm going to finish this up today and then I'm also going to pick my first prompt because I want to just go ahead and jump into that book and then I'll come back here and give you like the first update of that other book and wrap up House of Rot. So let's see what we got. I will show the camera first. I hope it's not a color on the cover. We got so many of those in the August TBR. Okay, it's gonna be hard to see because it's so bright. Recently hauled. Ooh. Okay, so I'm actually about to film a horror book haul because for my challenge, I actually just hauled a ton of short horror books, or yeah, I bought a bunch of short horror books. So I could do another short horror book, or I could do a library book and call that as a recent haul. I will have to let that simmer in my head, and then I will let you know what that book is when I come back to you for probably the first update in it. But like I said, it's like 8 o'clock. I don't know where my thing is. Yeah, 7:54. Like I said, it's going to be so freaking hard to see the time. 7:54, so we've got a long day ahead of reading. I'm so excited about it, honestly. But yeah, you'll probably know what this book is because I would have put it in the thumbnail. So let's just finish this one, get started with the next one, and I will give you an update when I have one. Also, Zach is currently reading the new Shari Lapena book, and maybe we can get some updates for that book in this vlog too, just because why not? Another book, another review, you know, all the good things. All right, it is currently 10 a.m. and I've got some updates for the vlog. So I finished one book and I started the next one. I finished House of Rot. I'm gonna end up giving this one 4 stars. I actually really liked the ending of this one. I thought this book was like gross, but not like overly gross. I thought it hit the mark. There were some interesting quotes. There's almost a little bit, you could almost like laugh at some parts in this book just because some things that were happening were just like totally bizarre. But yeah, this is definitely in the category of like weird and like gross. I really liked it though, and I liked following this couple. I highly recommend this one. I've never read anything by this author before, but I know that he has a decent backlist, so I would definitely check out more from him. So 4 stars, a great way to start off my reading weekend. Next up, for recently hauled, I have a library book that we recently hauled, and that is Love Letters to a Serial Killer. Now, I will say I got this book several months back, and I started it, like, I got 10 pages into it, and then I haven't read it since. And then I recently got it back. So, like, is it cheating? Maybe a little bit, but it is technically a recent haul. And I'm currently 63 pages into this one. And what's our girl's name? Hannah? Okay, so we're following this girl, Hannah, who's kind of like down on her luck. You know, like every day is kind of just like the same thing. She hasn't had a lot of luck with like relationships. She's really into this guy, Max, who is like clearly not into her. And so she's like trying to find some sort of like joy because her best friend is also like in this new relationship, so she's kind of like dealing like more into that than like their friendship. So she's like trying to figure out what to like spark joy in her life, if you will. And so she comes across this forum, a true crime forum, and all of these girls keep dying in the same like radius of one another. And so Hannah is interested in solving that case and figuring out who did it. She basically pours her entire life into this, like her free time, and actually she kind of does it at work too. And then the convicted killer, I guess, he gets put into jail, and she is like, I don't want this to like end. Because once the killer has been found out, she's like, okay, well, my forum now is pretty much dead because there's nothing really going on in it because he's been caught. And so she's like, I need to like get out my frustration at him. So she writes him a letter, and she doesn't assume that she's going to hear anything back. She gets a letter back from William, that's not a surprise. That's in the synopsis. William. And he basically is like very nice in the letter. He's like asking her questions about herself. He's telling him things about herself, and she's like, this is the most I've ever connected with a person in like quite a while. And like all he did was send me one letter back, and it's pretty interesting. I'm very, very intrigued. Also, I love this cover. So I'm going to keep going with this. I've been listening to the audiobook and reading it physically. And yeah, I'm on chapter 10, so I'll probably give an update again in a little bit. And I'm really excited about it because I'm loving this quite a bit. So I will see. Oh, I was going to do a library book haul. I'll do that in the next clip because we just went to the library and got some books. So I will do that in a clip in a little bit because I really want to get back to reading, and Maverick is going down for a nap right now, which is where Zach is. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that I'm loving this so much. So far we've got some good reads potentially happening in this video. Oh my god, I love these colors together. Anyway, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, it is, what time is it?
10, 11.
Okay, it's
11, almost 12.
Almost 12 o'clock. And I have been reading during Mav's nap. I'm up to chapter 24, page 156. And I am so intrigued to see how this is going to end, what's going to happen. Basically, our, what's her name? Hannah. Hannah has been going to the trial for William, who's like, she's fully in love with this serial killer. And it's very interesting to see she is like in over her head, very obsessed. And honestly though, I'm like, I just like want to see what more is going to happen between these two because like I said, she's fully obsessed with him. And these love letters are just like crazy. I don't know. Our girl's like a little delusional, but I'm going to keep reading. I'm very interested to see, like I said, where this is going to go. So I am going to keep reading. We're going to be doing playtime with Mav now. So hopefully I can get some more reading done during that. I have no doubt that I will finish this today. I have 2 hours left in the audiobook, and yeah, I'm so excited. And then I don't know what I'm going to pick next. We'll do another prompt poll though. Zach is over here with Mav. All right, I just finished Love Letters to a Serial Killer, and I think I might be giving this 5 stars. Let me start off by saying I know why people wouldn't like this book, but I don't know, it really worked for me. It wasn't the most like shocking reveal, I guess you could say, because I kind of predicted it. Also, this isn't the most like thrilling thriller. This is a hard book to put into a genre just because it doesn't feel so thrillery, but it's also like it's got some like romance elements to it. I don't really know. But this book really worked for me. 5 stars, and I'm excited about it. I'll probably end up wanting to get my own copy of it since I liked it so much because it's just a library copy. I enjoyed the ending. As much as this main character drove me nuts, I just like needed to keep following like her journey just because I was like, what are you doing? What are your thoughts? And yeah, she drove me crazy, but this is very much so a character-driven book, and usually those work for me. So 5 stars. I'm going to take a break from reading for a little bit because I've been reading pretty much all day and I want to go play with my child. It's currently 1:30. I don't think I mentioned that. So we've still got plenty of reading time ahead of us. I basically read this all in one sitting because I just literally couldn't put it down. All right, we've got a new sheet. Name length. Okay, so my name is 8 letters long. So I will go through my shelves, pick out some options, and then my next clip will probably be updating whatever book I chose. But like I said, you probably already know what it is based on the thumbnail, but I'm excited about that. So I think I might try and choose another short horror book to get my like one done today because technically House of Rot was supposed to be the one to finish yesterday. So it'll probably be another short horror book, but I don't know which one. It'll be 8 letters long though. That's all I've got. So I will see you in a little while. Like I said, it'll probably be a little bit because I gotta go play with my child because I obviously want to. So see you in a little bit. All right, back with another update. It's currently 6 p.m. and I started my next book, and that is Palmetto by Anya Alborn. This was for the prompt of name length. My name is Danielle. 8 letters, so this one worked out perfectly. I actually didn't have that many options for 8 letters. I had a lot of like 7 to 9, but yeah, 8 was a little bit tricky, but this is one that I've been wanting to read. I believe it came out this year. I'm not totally sure on that. This one we're following this married couple, Kim and Eddie, who are on the hunt for a new house, and Kim has had her eye on this particular house, and Eddie surprised her with getting like a house tour. This house is like extremely out of their budget, but they put in an offer like $45,000 under asking, and it got accepted. You would think that something fishy would be happening at that point, but whatever. I'm not going to talk too much about this book because it's less than 100 pages. I'm currently on page 41, and not a like ton of stuff has happened so far. They have like moved into the house, and all I've got so far is that Kim is just getting like this kind of uncomfortable feeling about the house. She's also pregnant. She's like 8 months pregnant, so she's near the end, and I know how that feels, and like, yeah, I'll just stop there. Also, they have like a cockroach issue, which is kind of gross. But anyway, I don't really have much more to say beyond that because the like bulk of the story is really getting started now. So I'll probably have an update at the end of the book. I don't know that I'll be able to finish another book in the 24 hours because this vlog ends at, I don't remember, I'll have to check back in the footage, 8 a.m. And I finished, this will be my 3rd book, but I'll definitely start another one. And where's my prompt jar? It's up there. So should I pick another prompt right now? Because I know that I'm going to finish this within the next like hour. Maybe let's do that because I have time right now and I have good lighting. All right, we're going to pick the next prompt. I can't promise, again, that I'll finish another book, but we'll at least pick the prompt. And here we go. We've got a blue one this time. I'll show you first. Red on the cover. All right, I believe I got this one actually in my TBR video, which you may be thinking like, maybe you should read the book that you chose for this prompt. I believe I chose a nonfiction book from the library, and I actually don't have that book anymore. I returned it literally this morning when we went to the library, so I'll have to see what I can find. I'll have plenty of options for red on the cover, but we don't need to worry about that right now because we just need to finish Palmetto, and then we can pick a book from there. So this has been fun. I'll have to do another prompt jar 24-hour challenge again at some point later on. So I'll finish this book and then I'll give you an update on that and what I chose to read very, very soon. All right, it's a while later now. Hey, Zach, what time is it?
7:46.
7:46, and I just finished Palmetto. I haven't picked my next book yet because I'm going to take another break here and play with Mav before bedtime. But this book actually kind of gave me similar feelings to House of Rot. It was very, like, icky. My skin was, like, crawling during this book. I don't like bugs, and if you don't either, maybe you don't want to read this because the creepy crawlers were out to play in this book. And, yeah, I think I'm going to give this, though, 5 stars. This was another hit for me, and I really, really liked it. I can't remember if I've read Anya Alborn before or not, but I know that she is pretty popular. Zach really enjoys her quite a bit, and yeah, this one was a great time. Nice and short, packed a punch though, and yeah, I really liked it. So my next prompt was to read a book with red on the cover, and this will probably be my last clip for the night, and I'll end the video in the morning with whatever book I start for red on the cover, because we're going to be finishing up our 24 hours right away in the morning. So I will see you then, and hopefully we can get another hit at least started for this vlog. Great, hello everybody. I'm currently sitting outside of a Walmart right now, but I wanted to end this vlog. It's currently 7 a.m. I know that I'm not going to read anymore before the 24 hours is up, so I'm just going to end it here. I just went to Starbucks to get a coffee, and I did start another book though, but obviously I didn't finish it. The book I started was Heads Will Roll by Josh Winning. I only got to page 30, so not very far in, but what I do know about this book so far is we're following this girl Willow who got her show canceled over tweets that she made, and so like she was also being canceled, and her agent was like, why don't you go to this like camp Castaway, I think it's called, for basically people like in this situation. It's just like a you know, get away, get off your phone, and just like be isolated for a little bit and all of that. That's pretty much all I got so far. But also there's a very like Pretty Little Liars-esque situation going on where she's getting like texts from a random number and they're signed by like an emoji, and I'm like, oh my god, this feels like Pretty Little Liars. But anyway, that's all I know so far about this book, and I don't know how quickly I'll read it because I'm still doing my whole like short horror challenge, so it'll be slow to keep up with that book. But I've been updating everything pretty consistently on Goodreads right now, so you can always check there. But thank you for watching this video. If you stayed till the end, leave me a I was gonna find something like on this book, but leave me a fire emoji because there's like a campfire scene on the cover. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Check down below for social media links, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.